The following is a presentation of UFF Sports and the Ultimate Fantasy Sports Network. And in the Monday night main event, the game of the week, it's a meeting between two UFF Sports Digital Athletes. Super Bowl champ and Birds of Prey owner Lionel Dalton was a terror this past weekend, recording 7 sacks, while Hall of Fame receiver Cris Carter will hustle to shine bright in primetime for Team Diamonds. 8 p.m. Eastern kickoff with live commentary only on AFLL.live. Welcome, everybody, to the game of the week, week 5 in the American Football Legends League. I'm Andy McNamara, head of football operations. Alongside, he's back in the saddle, baby. He's back with me, Dan Esposito, former NFL alumni board member. He's owner of Heroes FC. And Dan, hey, you know what? You had a good week. You're back in the win column. How are you feeling?
I vindicated. The game was, my players seem to be getting a little more motivated on defense, but I'm still having some problems getting my guys motivated on the offense. But it's great to have another win under my belt. Really, maybe have lost the season if I would have come out with a loss this week. So I'm really happy that I'm still in the mix.
Came through in the clutch. Just have to scream at the offense. Maybe screaming will help then. Just yell at them. I don't know. I'm not a coach. It doesn't
seem to work. I don't know. I tried that. They're not listening.
They're not listening right now. Okay. Well, you know what? You came up with the W, and we have a team looking for their first W. That's Birds of Prey, and they're taking on Team Diamonds. And this is an interesting matchup because we have one of our own UFF Sports Digital Athlete NFTs and owner, Lionel Dalton, Super Bowl champ. And he's actually going to also be my halftime guest. We chatted a little while ago, talking about his charity, how it's like being a digital athlete, being out of retirement, all that fun stuff with Lionel Dalton at halftime. And on the Diamond side, Dan, we have our Hall of Famer. We got Cris Carter, who's teeing up to try to get them back on side.
Yeah. That's, you can get both of their NFTs over at Ultimate Sports NFTs. I would say I've got some really interesting tidbits about Cris Carter that I think are going to be fun to talk about today. So I'm looking forward to, hopefully he scores a touchdown because that's all he does. And I can talk about him a little bit in today's game because there's some stuff here that I don't think many people know. It's fun.
Well, hey, you know what? That's why you tune in to the game of the week. So before we get to the action, Dan, let's get to your expose, your keys to the game.
Yeah, so this is another one of these interesting games with some interesting twists. So expose, the keys to this game is going to be ball control. You have 2 very smart quarterbacks, one a Stanford grad who is currently the president of football operations for the Broncos and 2-time Super Bowl champion John Elway. On the other sideline, you've got a Navy officer, a graduate of the Naval Academy, a real estate mogul, and 5-time Super Bowl champ, also MVP in Roger Staubach. Both of them can run and both of them can throw. So their ability to control the ball with the help of their running backs is going to be one of the keys. But also, if you take a closer look, Diamonds has an elite all-around back in Thurman Thomas, one of my heroes. I wanted to be like this guy as a child. He is the only player to lead the league in total yards from scrimmage for 4 consecutive seasons. He can do it all. On the other side, though, is Thurman's nemesis in Emmitt Smith.
Yes.
Emmitt Smith stood in the way of Thurman's Super Bowl victories. Unfortunately, he's a 3-time Super Bowl champion and the leading rusher of all time in NFL history. So whichever running back shows up today for his quarterback is going to be the keys to this game, and that is my expose.
Well, there's been enough talk. It's time for the main event. Let's go. It is Birds of Prey versus Team Diamonds in the AFLL Game of the Week. Welcome everybody to Diamond Stadium as we get set. Birds of Prey looking for their first win of the season versus Cris Carter and the Diamonds. I'm Andy McNamara alongside Dan Esposito. Time to put a bow on week 5 in the American Football Legends League. It will be Diamonds kicking off first with the great Mike Vanderjagt and that huge foot of his as he'll boot it. And here we go. It is out of the end zone. And Diamonds will be on defense first. But the offensive side of the ball is phenomenal here for Birds of Prey here, Dan. You got John Elway, Emmitt Smith, and Jamal Lewis in that backfield. And completion to that left side as...
Got that small short yard. Yeah, so Emmitt Smith is one of my favorite running backs of all time. He went to the University of Florida, which is, I grew up in Florida. That was my Division I squad that I always like to follow.
I see Elway standing tall in that pocket, goes to the right sideline and tiptoeing along that tightrope walk. Tightrope walk there, Dante Hall from John Elway. Huge reception. The footwork on Hall to move the chains for Birds of Prey.
Yeah, interesting strategy to start Dante Hall over Chad Johnson, but I understand it. I can get it. He's the human joystick, but didn't play much at receiver in the NFL, but his career is going to be a little bit better here in the Access Football League.
3 for 3 for Elway. The front line of the defense, Jared Allen, Phil Hansen, Elvin Bethia, and Elsie Greenwood, as we see the sack from Finney to take down Elway. Now out of the shotgun, Smith on the left hip. Elway waits, slings it to the left, caught by Bad Moon Rising.
Yeah, but I don't have much statistics on Finney here. He's not a guy that we've been, researching too much. Do you know much about him?
No, you know what? I'm more of a rotational guy, not on the starting. But hey, you know what, Dan? That's part of it, right? As the Birds of Prey are forced to punt, it's you work in that guy. Maybe Birds of Prey saw a matchup they liked that Finney could exploit, and he did right there.
Absolutely.
So now we'll get our first look at the Diamonds offense. Roger Staubach, Thurman Thomas, your guy. Leroy Kelly was acquired in a trade a week ago to try to spice up that offense of the Diamonds. Don Maynard with the reception, gain of 3.
Yeah, they've got a pretty good running back by committee back there as well. They've got 2 really good all-purpose back with Brian Westbrook and Thurman Thomas.
As Thomas carries it right there, puts that shoulder down and picks up 3. 3rd and 4 from their own 12. Defensive line for Birds of Prey, Howie Long, Lionel Dalton, Julius Peppers on that 3-4 set. Thomas breaks 1 tackle, make it 2, moves the chains. As Thurman Thomas, your guy, looking hot early.
Looked good. He looked like he had a good block up on the second level. Got him a couple extra yards there.
Dave Dalby at left tackle with the block now going to the right side for Thomas. Not as much success, just got back to the line of scrimmage. Takeo Spikes with the tackle.
Yeah, one of the all-time great names on the defensive line of the ball, Takeo Spikes.
Gotta love Spikes. I interviewed him once. Good guy, had a book. Roger Staubach. Drop back over the middle. It is caught by Maynard and a gain of 15. Don Maynard and the Diamonds are marching.
Yeah, Don Maynard's one of those stories that we'll get into a little bit, but he's a guy that almost didn't make the NFL and ended up as one of the all-time greats.
Spread set out of the shotgun. Connected to Maynard on the left. He sidestepped his way out of bounds. Gain of 8. Haven't seen Cris Carter yet here, Dan, but as we know, sometimes, the defense focuses on one guy and then he opens up later in the game.
Absolutely. Don Maynard's not a bad guy to be throwing to if you can't get it to Cris.
Not at all. Thomas out of the shotgun on the handoff. Zach Thomas for the loss. 3rd and 5. Out of the shotgun again. You got Thomas on that right hip. Thomas finds that edge. Did he get there? Might be. 4th and inches, Dan. Would you go for it? You're almost at half field.
I might want to push Leroy Kelly right up the middle here, but it doesn't look like they're going to. They're going for a punt. But Thurman Thomas running well on that left-hand side behind Dave Dalby.
Absolutely. Brian Barker with the pinpoint accuracy on that punt. to push back Birds of Prey. Their wideouts look like this. Ed McCaffrey, Andre Rison, we've talked about. Dante Hall, Chad Johnson. Of course, John Elway. They hand to Emmitt Smith. Whoa! Boy, good thing injuries are off on that, Dan. Otherwise, that looked like a possible ACL on that hit.
It looked like a broken back as well. I look, he could have broke 16 different bones in that tackle.
This is football heaven in the American Football Legends League. No injuries. A pitch to the left side for Smith. Smith makes one man miss, make it two. 12-yard gain. Smith recovers from that back-breaking hit and bulldozes his way to the first down. Also have Todd Heap at tight end, as well as Bob Trumpy. Triplets on the left side. Elway waits. So to the right, it's open to McCaffrey. McCaffrey gives the stiff arm, and another first down by Elway. Great patience with McCaffrey coming over the middle.
Yeah, McCaffrey actually married a volleyball player from Stanford, and then obviously Christian McCaffrey was the product of that relationship. And I very much can predict that Christian McCaffrey at some point will be a player here on the Legends League in the within the next, what do we think, 8 years? You get a shelf life of maybe another 8 years. Yeah,
probably, but not bad. Yep. That gene pool, that's not fair to have that good genes from parents. My goodness. That's an asshole. Whoa! Elway, he's deep. It's up, it's back, and it is incomplete. Wow, Elway just absolutely going for it. He's got that big arm. First incompletion of the day. Spread formation. And he gives to Emmitt Smith. Fooled the defense, and Emmitt Smith gets turned inside out, but not before picking up 8.5.
Yeah, that left side is, let's see, he's running by inside of Tom Banks. They see both running backs having some good luck on that left-hand side right now.
That's right. And now Smith going to the right, trying to mix it up. Didn't quite get there, no. As we have 5:29 left in the first quarter, scoreless. And they will be punting. 4th and inches again. So each team just out of that range. Craig Hentrick with the punt, and that will be into the end zone for a touchback.
You know, interesting stories. You've got Emmitt Smith, Dallas Cowboy, Roger Staubach on the other side, Dallas Cowboy. Roger Staubach is actually Emmitt Smith's mentor in commercial real estate.
Is he really?
Yeah.
From the business side. There you go.
Roger Staubach has a giant commercial real estate empire down there in Texas.
Jeez. And now we'll see what he can do out of the pistol with Thomas behind him. He gives to Thomas, and Thomas gets back to scrimmage. Maybe didn't pick up any 3rd and 5. Boulware in there. Also, Lionel Dalton. Lionel's having quite a season here, Dan, because he was a defensive player of the week last week. 7 sacks and 2 forced fumbles for Lionel Dalton off that D-line a week ago, incomplete.
That's some good work by Lionel.
Doing a great job pushing up that middle. Now they'll be punting from Brian Barker. And that is
got some interesting facts about.
And Patton for the 15. Gains 5 or 6. And they'll take over at the 24.
Yeah, after high school, Roger Staubach first went to New Mexico Military Institute in Roswell, where I assume they injected him with alien DNA.
Right. Business sense and a stud athlete. Jamal Lewis getting the carry, who's acting as the fullback to Emmitt Smith. Not a bad lead blocker there to have Lewis.
After New Mexico Military Institute, went on to the Naval Academy, won the Heisman.
Wow.
Yeah.
Elway here out of the shotgun. And incomplete. He just straight up missed McCaffrey there. That was right open. Elway just missed him. Happens to even the greats. 3rd and 8. At their own 26, Elway rips it to the right side. Rison hauls it in, but only picks up 2. And the special team units come on.
Now, I wonder how Elway's going to feel about throwing in what looks to be Baltimore Colts uniforms. He snubbed the Baltimore Colts, who drafted him with the 1st overall pick, promised he would never play there. Almost went to the Raiders, but the Raiders couldn't pull off a trade with the Bears to get the deal done. And then he ended up going to the Broncos. He wanted to play on the West Coast.
And the rest is history. And
So
now
far,
we have
I'm still writing.
Staubach. That's right. And we're rewriting. Yeah, we're writing it again here in the AFLL. Boulware with another tackle for loss. So he brings down Thomas. Might have got back to scrimmage. 2nd and 10 from their own 22. You have Julius Peppers also on that nasty Birds of Prey front line. It's been really good this year. Staubach to the left, and he maybe heard some footsteps. He just missed Cris Carter, who was waiting there over his head. 3rd and 10, again from their own 22. Out of the pistol, play action. Looks to that left sideline again, and pass broken up by Sam Madison of the Birds of Prey.
So Staubach, after Navy Institute, had to do his tour of duty for the Navy, went to Vietnam for a year, came back to America, spent the rest of his naval career with the Ghost Sharks, a team of naval officers who played against college football teams. And this is how he prepared for his eventual career in the NFL. And he would take his leave time to go to the Cowboys facility, who drafted him, I believe, in the 9th round in a futures draft, so he could learn their system. He had their playbook the entire time he was in the Navy.
And learned along the way. Emmitt Smith with a pitch toss to the left. And he just put that shoulder down. Great tackle there by Jason Gilden to stop that, make it a gain of 5 instead of a gain of 10. Elway dropped weights, and it hits Hall. Now, he just got back to the line. Gilden is spraying all over that backfield there for the Diamonds, as he's all over the place. He looks very focused in his profile pic there as well. Jamal Lewis with a cut inside to the left, gain of 3.
Looks like both teams have found out a way to run against the defenses here. As we've talked about in the past, very hard to come by rushing yards in the Axis Football League just because the defenses are so stout. But looks like some of the teams are finding a way to get some of those really tough yards.
That's right, as Hentrick has that ball just trickle into the end zone to force the touchback. Yeah, Dan, that's a good point. They were hard to come by, and we see in this game, too, and a little bit last week, where you had Fred Taylor for the Time Bandits, Thurman Thomas. Whoa, Zach Thomas. Thomas blows up Thomas. But the running game being successful. Right. There's Zach Thomas. 2 tackles. Going to be following him. Empty backfield for Staubach. 5-step drop. Quick whip. Into coverage. Maynard makes a miss. And Maynard is going past the 40, the 30, the 20, 15. And he is taken down. Roger Staubach and Don Maynard with the speed down that sideline.
Well, let's talk about Don Maynard for a second, because I really love his story. Don Maynard, drafted in the 9th round for the Giants, got cut very quickly, only caught 5 passes that year, had to go to the Hamilton Tiger Cats, where he only had 1 catch for 10 yards, and you would think that would be the end of his career, but Sammy Baugh coached against him in college, knew how good he was, and invited him to be the first ever signee with the New York Titans, which became the Jets.
And Dan, we just saw Spikes absolutely rip by Jerry Kramer and get to Roger Staubach for a big loss on that sack out of the I formation here. Leroy Kelly with the lead, gives to Thomas on that right side. Now they get about 7 back. 4th and 11, though, and it appears that they will have to try to settle for a field goal, which has to be disappointing after that Don Maynard gallop to the 13.
Yeah, he thought you were going to get 6 on that pass, but he got slowed up a little bit. But at least they're getting points on the board, and 3 points is better than none.
That's right. As we're into the second quarter, 13:30 to go till half. Mike Vanderjagt puts it through. 3-0 Diamonds. They will kick off. Reminder: halftime guest Lionel Dalton, Super Bowl champ, owner of Birds of Prey, NFT digital athlete star at UltimateSportsNFTs.com. You can get his 5-set NFT right now. And does a ton of great charity work. You're going to make sure that you tune in. You don't want to miss my chat with Lionel Dalton. And he's a great player in the AFLL. Defensive Player of the Week. One of them last week is Emmitt Smith, making a case maybe for Offensive Running Back of the Week, as he gets 8, I believe, on that run. They might go right back to him here. Smith in the backfield, under center, gives to Emmitt Smith. Oh, did not fool him that time. Jeff Simon with the tackle to bring him down just behind that line of scrimmage.
You know, Emmitt Smith in 49 games had 45 of them for 100 yards in high school.
Oh, jeez. What a stud. Elway got the ball away just in time, and it's intercepted. It's intercepted. Everson Walls with the INT as Elway was hit when he let the ball loose. Turnover, Diamond's ball.
That is a really great turnover right now. I mean, if we can just get 30 yards here with the Diamonds, they can at least get another field goal, but hopefully they can push down and get their guys in the end zone here and, for their sake, get a little bit bigger of a cushion of a lead here.
Thurman Thomas cut inside for 3. Now out of the shotgun, Thomas on his right hips. 2 receivers on that left. Play action. Now going over the middle. Double coverage, but Thurman Thomas, he grabs it and is pushed. He rolls through. And they move the chains.
Thurman Thomas, truly the first great all-around running back, in my opinion. I don't think we saw someone like him before in the history of running backs in the NFL.
And Terrell Suggs. Talk about one of the greats there, Dan. My goodness.
Yeah.
Few nastier than Suggs.
Yeah, and he looks mean, too.
He does look mean. That's a big dude.
Yeah.
Staubach with the drop to the left sideline. Incomplete. Would have only been a gain of 1. 3rd and 12 now from the 36. And there could be in field goal territory. Looks like they would be with the leg of Vanderjagt. I believe they would. Staubach. He waits lots of time. Great job by the offensive line. Going right side. Incomplete. Went into double coverage. You had Patrick Surton Sr. and Jimmy Patton to break up that pass. 4th and 12. And we should be seeing the field goal unit.
Looks like about what's we got? About a 52-yard field goal here?
I believe so. Around there. And it is up. It is back. It is good. 53-yarder for Mike Vanderjagt. And it is 6-0 Diamonds.
It's a lot of leg.
It's a lot of leg, a lot of power in the AFLL.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's got a bad kicker. Hey, you got to really, there's only 16 teams, 16 of the best kickers that have ever kicked a football are on this platform.
That's right. And punters the same. And it's the kickers are an important part in this league, Dan, because of the leg power. You can really try to strategize to see how you would use them in certain situations. As the pitch out to Emmitt Smith to the left. Got that block. Cut in for 5. That blocking on the left side has been phenomenal for Birds of Prey all day.
Yeah, you got George Bueller and Tom Banks on that left-hand side. And sometimes you got Todd Heap over there pushing people out of the way as well. But known as a really good blocking, a dual threat tight end for the Baltimore Ravens for a lot of years.
Yeah, they just keep going back to that left side, and why not? It's working. Got 3rd and 3 from the 28. Play action. Oh! And collapsing that pocket. Hansen, a bullet through that line to get the sack. And they will have to punt, will the Birds of Prey. Wow. You just came out of nowhere there, Dan. My goodness. And there's the kick by Hentrick. Taken by Deron Cherry, and Cherry taken down hard at the 24.
Now here's an interesting thing. Birds of Prey's mascot looks to be is that a raven?
It is coincidentally the team yes, Lionel Dalton played for. Yes, a raven-like creature. Whoa, Thurman Thomas!
And the Ravens are from Baltimore, and the Colts were originally in Baltimore, and you've got John Elway wearing Baltimore colors.
Oh.
No, not wearing Baltimore. Am I right here, or am I backwards?
Yeah,
with
yeah.
My team? I'm backwards.
No, you're right.
Elway
Elway with the Elway with the colors. You're right. As Thomas out of the backfield with the reception. Further to your point, Dan, that Thomas, a complete back, one of the first true complete backs, as he just ran for a big gain the play before, and then caught for a 9-yard reception. 2nd and 1, empty backfield for Staubach. Pressure coming, and it is hauled in by Maynard as Staubach stood in that pocket and took the hit.
Yeah, Maynard, after he was signed by the Jets, went on to become one of the first tandems to have 2 receivers with 1,000 yards each.
Ooh, pressure coming, having to get rid of it. They do. Maynard gets back to scrimmage, but the pressure's coming from Howie Long and Lionel Dalton. And Boulware was there too. Got him just behind the line. That whole front seven for Birds of Prey is pretty nasty. Lionel Dalton building his team based on defense that he knows. Thomas with the cut. Thomas inside. That quick footwork and power by Thurman Thomas. 3rd and 2. Now to the shotgun. 3 receivers set on the left. Thomas on the right, hip of Staubach. He moves out. Released, and it is incomplete. Was looking for Maynard, and maybe tried to take off without looking the ball into his hands there, Dan.
Yeah. Not going to happen often with Maynard. Another interesting thing about Thomas, he was a state champion in high school for football, so not all was lost. He didn't lose every single championship that he played in. Just 4 of them.
He won at some point. And you know what? How about Brian Barker? We don't talk enough about punters, but that's the second pin inside the 5 by Barker for this game. And Emmitt Smith, how about that? Emmitt Smith with the vicious face wash stiff arm to gain 8.5 on that play out of the end zone. That was just sure willpower by Emmitt Smith. Now out of the shotgun. Hand to Smith again on that right side. Why not? He is stopped there by Nickerson behind scrimmage. .553 to go in the half out of the I formation. Lewis, the lead back, pitches to Smith. Lewis with the block, but not good enough. Loss of 2.
Yeah. On top of his 3 Super Bowl victories, he's also a Dancing with the Stars champion.
Oh, right. And the punt by Craig Hentrick. Good field position here. Duron Cherry past the 40. Diamond's ball.
He won season 3 of Dancing with the Stars. Got invited back for season 15, however, and got eliminated in week 9.
Oh, there's Thomas. Yeah, Dan, you said it. On that left side, so much space being created. Dalby, Heath Miller blocking as well. Kramer, they are just really leaning on that left side, that offensive line for the Diamonds, giving Thurman Thomas room. Staubach fires to the right, and Biletnikoff in for a gain of 2, 3rd and 6.
The problem might be Lionel, actually. Maybe he balled out too much last game. He's over there on that left side, right side on hit from his view, but maybe he just gassed himself out last game. He got locked up there, but made the tackle with Leroy Kelly.
Leroy Kelly with the – and how about that for your backup is Leroy Kelly? Like, my goodness. That's Diamonds made that trade with Team Elite the week ago too. They gave up a lot on the offensive line, but did gain a true playmaker in Leroy Kelly, and they give to Maynard, and it was made easy by Roger Staubach, just over the top, just a pitch and catch. Maynard from Staubach. That connection has been on the money today. 129 yards already for Maynard. Staubach again, looking, waits, fires, left side complete to Giles. Jimmy Giles,
yeah. Yeah, he's one of the only players, one of the only skill players that we've been watching that is not in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah, it's rare in this game, that's for sure. Thomas, gain of 4 or 5, 2nd and goal. Very impressive, both teams on the running game. That Diamonds logo is pretty sweet too in that end zone. That's clean.
Yeah.
Staubach under center, got Thomas. Hands to Thomas, and Thomas strolls into the end zone. Touchdown, Diamonds.
There he is. He led the league 4 consecutive years in yards from scrimmage. It's never been done before and never been done since.
And that's wild that it hasn't been done since, considering how much of an emphasis, of course, the NFL has put on offense in recent years. Just shows how great he was.
Now, one of the other interesting things is he retired from the Miami Dolphins. He did not play a lot, yet I look at a running back's yards per carry as an indicator of if they still got something in the tank. He had 4.9 yards per carry the year he decided to retire from the Dolphins. He spent 1 season with them.
Geez, wonder why they wouldn't have used him more. That's elite level.
Yeah.
Out of the pistol, hands to Emmitt Smith, that left side again, finding space, tackled from the behind and actually pushed forward for an extra yard gain. 13-0 for the Diamonds. We'll see what Elway and company can do. Shotgun, both running backs on each hip. Elway waits. He's going deep. He's going for it. Double coverage. It's caught. It's caught by Chad Johnson. Chad Johnson showing how he's a playmaker there and saying, hey, coach, maybe you should start me more.
Right.
Wow. 5 receiver set. Triplets on the left, 2 on the right. Elway, empty backfield. Goes to the right side this time. It's complete again for Chad Johnson. Hey, go if he's feeling it, go to him. Those diva wide receivers love that.
Yeah, go to the well until the well's dry.
And Dan, looks like they're doing it again. 5 receiver set. Now the triples on the right side here. Elway, he's going over the middle, looking and out of the end zone, but Dante Hall brings him to the 1. Dante Hall inhaled that pass as we are getting close to halftime. 1:08 to go.
I'd look at that left side of that line and maybe try to run that way. That's where they've been successful.
They're going to the right, and Emmitt Smith pushed back just 58 seconds. Simon for the tackle for loss. Will they use a timeout? No, they're going right back to it. Out of the shotgun now. Smith to the left. Elway. Pressure coming. Elway has to get rid of it as he is crunched. That might have been Phil Hansen who got to him. He has a sack already today.
I looked at that left side. They're going to go an empty spread here, but
It's close. Elway, and he got it to Johnson, who was pushing tackle for loss. Gilden with the steamroll to get to it, and a special teams. Oh, that's heartbreaking if you're Birds of Prey. Knocking on the door and settle for 3. A chip shot 19-yarder right there, Dan. Whew. Josh Brown with the field goal.
Yeah, it's really hard not to want to go and try to throw the ball in or run the ball in again from just a couple yards out. But, only 29 seconds left. I think if they are receiving the ball in the second half, I might have went for it, but I don't remember who kicked off this game.
Yes, 29 seconds left. Remember, folks, halftime coming up in a few seconds. Lionel Dalton, talked about him a lot. Owner, Super Bowl champ, player in the AFL, has his own NFT set. We'll chat with him at halftime, so stay tuned for that. Staubach, incomplete, 25 seconds left. 2nd and 10 from their own 25 after the touchback. See the stat line for Staubach today. 12 and 19 for 175. Empty backfield. Triplet wideouts on the left. Pressure coming, and Christensen got it. Stepped out of bounds. 3rd and 6.
22 seconds left here. He maybe have time for 2 more plays.
They got to go deep. If they want anything, they go Thomas instead. Curious play call as Boulware with another tackle for loss. The linebackers and front 7 really for Birds of Prey have been very good in this game.
Oh, interesting. I maybe would have won a Hail Mary here if I had a little more confidence in my receiving crew. And I don't know why I didn't have confidence in the receiving crew. I mean, you got Cris Carter,
Don
Maynard out there. I would have thrown it up for one of them.
And the clock hit 0, 13-3 at the half. Diamonds and Birds of Prey as we're through 2 quarters. Make sure you're following us on Twitter at TheAFLL, at AndyMC81, at Almighty Espo, as well as on Instagram at the UFAFL and the NFT site, ultimatesportsnfts.com. So, Dan, quick thoughts on this first half. I really like the running game and the push for both of these teams on that left side.
Yeah, I mean, it's ball control so far. It's not a lot of big plays except for, a couple plays to Don Maynard. So, I would try to keep feeding the ball to the left-hand side there and keep getting yards, control the ball as much as possible, and hope for a couple big plays throughout the game. But to me, the keys to my game was ball control, and it seems like both teams are following that philosophy so far.
And also a bend but not break emphasis from both defenses, because we saw both teams within the 5 and not get into the end zone, right? So, Thurman Thomas did at one point, but we did see both teams get a stop.
Yeah, it's hard to knock on the door there and not come away with the touchdown. But, You got to get the points. I mean, it looks like it's a close game in the second half. Any team can break out and score a couple touchdowns, and that could be the story of the game.
Well, we're going to find out what happens in the second half. But first, my conversation with Super Bowl champ, UFF Sports NFT digital athlete, player in the AFLL, and charity. He does a bit of everything. My chat with Lionel Dalton.
Looking forward to it.
Andy McNamara alongside Super Bowl champion Lionel Dalton, who also is the owner of Birds of Prey in the American Football Legends League. The inaugural season is underway. We're rolling. Lionel, welcome. How are you, sir?
Thank you. I'm doing great. How you guys doing? Excited about the season.
Oh yeah, it's amazing because of course, Lionel, when you came on board, it was something where you're dealing with the best NFL players of all time in their prime with no injury. So I want to ask you, when you were building your team, keeping that in mind where you had the best of the best on both sides of the ball, what were you looking for? Was your strategy defensive because you were a defensive guy? Was it to go more high scoring offense? Sort of what was your mindset when you were putting your team together?
Well, being a part of the best defense in NFL history, with most or least points scored against, I knew that defense wins games. So I stacked my defense, stacked with linebackers. I got some Hall of Fame defensive tackles, and I got a couple old teammates in Sam Madison and Patrick Surtain, which I think were sleepers in the draft.
Excellent. I totally agree. And Lionel, the funny thing was most people won't know is that you're also in the game, but another team drafted you. You had to trade for yourself. How weird was that?
Oh man, yeah. I was sleeping. I was doing too many things. I forgot to pick myself up.
Right.
So I made
Lionel had to trade for Lionel.
Yeah, Lionel trade for exactly.
Hey, that's good. Listen, you got to pay for quality, right? You had to pay up. It's all good. You got to do it.
Yeah, I needed a big run stopper in the middle. I got two big defensive ends, so I needed a run stopper in the middle, and that's what I did. That was what I was good at. So I think my defense is stellar.
Absolutely. Well, hey, and we talk a lot about the defense, but on the offense, your team captain Emmitt Smith. That's not a bad starting point to hand the ball off to straight away.
Yeah, well, I had to go with my frat brother first. He's probably one of the most famous Phi Beta Sigmas. So I had to go with Emmitt Smith. I had to ride with my frat brother, and I'm excited. I really got some really good running backs. So I'm excited about that as well.
Well, and being a part of not just the American Football Legends League, but also the UFF Sports NFT platform at ultimatesportsnfts.com. You got your own line, the first set. Now there's going to be many more Lionel Dalton NFTs. Some originals, some avatars going forward in the metaverse. That's all down the road. But right now, you got your 5 collection set up now at ultimatesportsnfts.com. Just for yourself, for it being such a new world and kind of that digital playing card type of thing. How cool was that for you being like, hey, NFTs are the hottest thing. Now I got my own 5-set collection.
I thought it was pretty cool, but I was actually taking a class researching on how to make my own NFTs. And then a friend of mine, Walt, introduced me to you guys. And so you guys have definitely helped me through the process. I've learned a lot by being a part of the American Football League. And I'm excited about my NFTs. I try to get some big name players from teams I played on. So I drafted like Peter Boulware, Suggs, and Pat Surtain from Kansas City. So my market of, people that know me, would be interested in hopefully purchase some of my players.
Excellent. And you know what? And maybe have them on the platform at some point down the road, and everybody, you can reunite with the players who you played with, who you played against in the virtual world, which will be pretty cool, which is what the league is really all about. Now, Lionel, I know too, you have a tremendous charity. You do amazing charity work. I want you to be able to tell the people about your charity foundation.
So it's called Jelly Roll Gift of Life. Probably about 2 years ago, I suffered from kidney renal failure. And during my 3 years, I met a lot of people in dialysis because you're there 3 days a week, 5 hours at a time. A couple people I met in there were on the transplant list, but they couldn't afford their medications or the co-pays that comes with the transplant. It's very expensive after you get a transplant. your medication can be anywhere from $400 to $500 a month. And someone on a fixed income who can't afford that, kidney renal failure is pretty much a death sentence. So what I want to do is try to help the people to help combat some of those out-of-pocket expenses. So what we do is raise money to help people pay for their medications and assist them in their co-pays and help them get on multiple lists, flights to different cities, because different cities have different waiting times for kidneys. So if someone needs a kidney sooner than later, they can go somewhere like Kansas City, where the waiting list is like a year, or Alabama, the waiting list is like 2 years. Instead of like where I'm at in Atlanta, the waiting list is like 8 to 10 years. So I got a list in Baltimore. I played and I got a kidney in like a year. So that was, if I couldn't afford that, I would still be going to dialysis every day. So it was a blessing to me, and I want to bless others.
Well, and how can people find it? What's the website? How can they find out more, contribute, and help out?
You can go to www.jellyrollgiftoflife.org, and you can go in. There's a lot of information about early signs of kidney failure. We don't want to just pay for people medication. We want people to see the signs. So, because if you jump on it early enough, you can reverse it by changing your diet and stop eating certain foods. So it's like we have a plethora of information for people there, early signs, and if you do unfortunately get kidney failure, we can help assist you through the process of slowing down the process and slowing down the deterioration of the kidney process, and also help pay for some of those out-of-pocket expenses that come along with surgery and the transplant surgery.
Phenomenal work, and on your social media too at the Jelly Roll Foundation, I've seen the tips, and from something as simple as, hey, drink a glass of orange juice every day. That's a starting point. That can help. That type of thing. So
exactly. Especially a lot of brothers that play football, we carry this weight when we finish. And a lot of guys, you got to lose that weight. If I would have lost the weight, I probably wouldn't have had this issue, because high blood pressure is another one of the main causes of kidney failure outside of dialysis is high blood pressure. And those are pretty much from your, day-to-day, if you're stressed or your eating habits play a major role in how your organs function. So we just try to promote a healthy lifestyle and teach people to take care of their organs, which is probably the most important part of your body.
Absolutely. Well, Lionel, a great cause. Good luck the rest of the year in the American Football Legends League with Birds of Prey. And hey, folks, you know what? Check it out, AFLL.live. YouTube channel, subscribe, watch Lionel the games. We're going to get him on some live watch-alongs and all that. It's going to be a fun season. Follow on Twitter at the AFLL. And, of course, Lionel's great foundation, Birds of Prey. Pretty sweet logos, too, so you can get some merch coming soon at UFFsports.com. Lionel, thank you so much, sir. We'll talk to you soon.
Let's go.
Fantasy gals and guys, have you ever had somebody say to you, that player has no fantasy value? Well, then they've obviously never been a part of Ultimate Franchise Fantasy Sports, where everyone's a player, from the superstar to the backup. They all contribute to a real-world title, and they do the same thing in UFFS. All of our leagues are based on real-world rosters, meaning you have to make the tough decisions as a fantasy owner or GM. Lineup, contract, and otherwise. It has the feel of owning an actual franchise minus the billion-dollar price tag. And we have so much more. A revolutionary scouting platform where bird dogs find the talent and then get paid off when they make it to the big leagues. Check out all the information at www.uffsports.com and find the hottest sports NFTs at ultimatesportsnfts.com. With UFFS, you own the game.
Look, I'ma have to keep it real with real. I take all my problems to the field with the field.
Welcome back, everybody. AFLL Game of the Week as we wrap up Week 5, 13-3 after 2 quarters of play. Diamonds leading the Birds of Prey. Diamonds 1-3. Birds of Prey looking for their first victory. Hope you enjoyed my chat with Lionel Dalton. Great guy, charity, and of course, a star player in the American Football Legends League. And it will be Diamonds' ball to start. Andy McNamara alongside Dan Esposito. We'll see if Diamonds can build on that lead, Dan.
Curious, I didn't get to watch all the interview. How did Lionel come to the UFFS?
Well, he actually came through our good friend Walt Harris. Walt Harris told him about it. He liked how he saw and Thurman Thomas rumbles for 7. Yeah, so he came there. We had a few chats, and he's like, "Hey, I want on board," and now he's NFTs and team owner and player and all that good stuff.
And player of the week, defensive player of the week.
Exactly. Derek Johnson with the tackle for loss shut down Thomas on that play. 3rd and 6. Good opportunity if they can keep the drive going to get up by a couple more scores. Thurman Thomas out of the eye, and Boulware has been that linebacker core. He's been buzzing all game long. 4th and 8th, they'll be forced to punt.
I'll lean on Cris Carter a little bit here, but they're going to punt. And I'd like to see a little more passes thrown Chris's way. Now, here's the interesting story about Cris, now that we're talking about Cris. Did you know Cris is not his real name?
I did not know that.
His real name, let me find that again here because I don't want to butcher it. Cris Carter's real name is Gradual Carter Jr. Changed his name in 7th grade to Chris after Chris Collinsworth, but his name is actually spelled Christopher on his driver's license with a H, but he spells it without an H in all his media appearances.
Jeez. That's why you tune in, folks. I had no idea. Rondé Barber with the tackle for loss. Barber zipping up to contain Emmitt Smith.
I feel like Chris should have officially be named the godfather of the Legends Football League.
Well, yeah. Well, you know what? He's certainly the leader in the NFT side. Dante Hall on the left. And he nearly got by a nice stop by Barber. But Dante Hall rumbling down, getting just shy of the 40-yard line in their own zone. Out of the shotgun, Elway. Emmitt Smith on the right, hands it right to him. Emmitt Smith cuts, dances, and he is blown up. What a hit. I believe that was Deron Cherry who just zipped in out of the secondary to make that tackle. Wow.
And finally able to get some yards on that right side in this game.
And the running game has been really successful. 3 wide out set on the right. Emmitt Smith, they were trying to draw the defense, didn't fool him. And Jared Allen with the tackle. Third and 6 out of the shotgun. Triplets, left side, going to that left sideline. Whoa, looks like he battled the ball. He juggled it, and he dropped
Couldn't hang on.
No.
Like my dad used to say, if it touched your hands, you better catch it.
You better catch it. If you can touch it, you can catch it. And McCaffrey incomplete, and it'll be Craig Hentrick with the punt. Diamonds up 13-3. That ball will go into the end zone. Touchback. And we'll see what Birds of Prey can do here. And if Roger Staubach can get that offense humming. From their own 20. Handed to Thomas. And Thomas turned invisible for a moment. That quick cut. And Thomas, he's that rare blend, Dan, you'd said with the pass catching too, but that blend of power, elusiveness, and speed. Just that really unique mix.
I mean, I just wanted to be like him as a high school and college running back. It was just, he just could do everything, and how could you not want to be everything for your team? He really has a unique skill set.
He really does. 3rd and 6 now out of the shotgun. You got Thomas on the left, Kelly on the right. Hands to Thomas, and he got 2, but that will bring up 4th and 4, and the Diamonds will punt. And they'll do so from their own 26. It'll be Barker who's had. It's always strange to talk about how good a game a punter has, but Barker has certainly had a heck of a one there. Nice get there. Patton. He is shoulder tackled, a leap up there by the Diamonds. Now it's John Elway. Again, can they get the Birds of Prey back on the board? And going Emmitt Smith, that left side did not hold up. Hardy Nickerson got into the backfield and wrapped up Smith. Now they're going that 3 wide out look on the left out of the pistol. Elway, 3-step drop. Chucks it to the left. Dante Hall again. Brings it down.
You talk about John Elway's football DNA, his acumen. His father was a football coach, first high school and then Division II football coach.
Grew up around it his whole life. Emmitt Smith! Look at Emmitt Smith there. Carries the pile after making a man miss. And it'll be a first down for Emmitt Smith. Play action there. Elway deep, and it is caught. It's brought down by Chad Johnson. Again by Chad Johnson. The play action worked, the defense bit, and Johnson hauls it down.
Elway not only was the first pick in the NFL draft, but also the #1 high school recruit in the nation coming out of his senior year.
Just a stud all the way along. That pass incomplete at every level. Out of the pistol. Smith behind him. Hands to Smith. Whoa, and Smith. Fensick gets credit for the loss there, Dan. But Fensick got turned head over heels from that Emmitt Smith contact. The ferociousness. As now we have 5 wideouts. 3 on the left, 2 on the right. Elway, empty backfield. Elway waits, surveys, and it is incomplete. Through into double coverage. Rondé Barber and Deron Cherry made sure to break that up. And it'll be a field goal attempt by Josh Brown. Birds of Prey saying, hey, you know what, we'll try to take the points anyway. And the kick is up. It's back, and it is good. 51 yards. Birds of Prey strike, and it is 13-6 for Diamonds. And Josh Brown will kick it away.
So we get Roger Staubach will be back here under center here. Another couple interesting facts about Roger. He was a 27-year-old rookie and also played 11 seasons in the NFL. So you just think if he could have played those additional 5 seasons with the Cowboys, how many Super Bowls and records he may have had before he retired. He had the highest passer rating of all time when he retired. So you know he was a very highly accurate and intelligent quarterback. He could have probably got at least 1 more Super Bowl out of that if he was able to play early in his career.
Pass incomplete. But, yeah, and especially for the time, Dan, to have that completion where you just look at stats from that era, 50s and 60s, and if you just look at the number with no names, you think, wow, this isn't great. But Roger Staubach was the beginning of that exception. Peter Boulier, again, getting into that back. 13 tackles, Dan. Ridiculous. Staubach.
13
right
today.
Side complete to Giles. Yeah, 13 today.
Well, you might have to try to make a trade for him.
That's make a call to Lionel. I still find it funny that Lionel Dalton had to trade for himself. We talked about that in the interview because he forgot to draft himself. He forgot to draft himself. So he had to trade. He had made a trade with Valhalla.
I would have drafted him if I would have known. Yeah. I would have charged him a lot. I would have taken his first-round draft pick for next year.
I think the trade was for Romanowski. I think that's who Valhalla got. I believe.
I've got some Romanowski stories.
Elway to Ryzen.
My buddy used to teach Romanowski's kid in lacrosse.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think he didn't pay him.
He didn't.
I don't know. That's the story.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Romanowski. Elway.
Right.
The middle collapse. Bethea gets him. Elvin Bethea, that middle of the offensive line collapsing. Stark and Bueller. Bethea with the sack. And it is 3rd and 8. Out of the shotgun now. Elway, give himself some more time. Pressure coming. He's going deeper over the middle. Triple coverage. It is incomplete. Triple coverage. Elway, boy, he never lacked of guts. Going for that. Wow. They will be forced to punt. Craig Hentrick. Big boot back at the 16. Taken by Cherry. Cherry to the right side, and he will get to the 26 to start the Birds of Prey drive, or the Diamonds drive. We'll see Cris Carter. Oh, there's Thurman Thomas again. Thurman Thomas getting around that edge, finding that edge. Dave Dalby and also Heath Miller, let's give him credit on the blocking side, to get that edge, that left side. They have found success with that all day. 61 rushing yards already for Thomas. Thomas looking for a couple more, picked up 2 before he was slammed back. 3rd and 3 from their own 33.
Not only was Staubach Man of the Year, as was John Elway, but he was also, and most obviously, a Boy Scout.
And also a Boy Scout. Pressure coming for Staubach. Left sideline, Maynard. Moves the chains, picks up 5.
One of my favorite quotes from Staubach is he was asked about how he doesn't like to womanize and carouse around, and he's very faithful to his wife. He's like, I have a lot of fun. It's just with one person, one woman. I mean, he just embodied the Boy Scout culture. Yeah.
Staubach to Kelly. Gain of 3 as Kelly one-handed that one to bring it in. And we'd like to see more Cris Carter, but he's been held in check. The coverage has been blanketed all over him. And, of course, for the Hall of Famer, why wouldn't you focus on him? Staubach gives to Thomas, who grinds back to the middle, earns a pair, 3rd and 5.
You've got Sam Madison, I think, out there covering Carter. You think that matchup would be favorable, but Sam's having a good game today, keeping Carter limited.
Yeah. Staubach out of the shotgun. Staubach going to the middle. Is it complete? Heath Miller. Yes, Heath Miller boxing out, using that big frame for a first down.
You know, one of the younger players in the Legends League, and Heath Miller out of Pittsburgh.
Staubach with the drop. He waits.
See that tight end crossing
on the
there.
left,
Yep.
slings it. That's right. Heath Miller again going for a gain of 4.
That tight end under route there, I used pretty successfully in my game this week. So it's a good play in this league here, because you got a lot of linebackers blitzing, leaving that space in the middle there, and you get that tight end freeing up right across the middle.
And Heath Miller has made a career out of doing that. That's for sure. 3rd and 5 from their own 43, or from the Birds of Prey 43, rather. Left sideline. Oh, there's Cris Carter. There's Cris Carter, the Hall of Famer. Cris Carter, blanketed, says, that's enough. I want my name called. Cris Carter. Wow, end of the 3rd quarter, 13-6. But now he is in the ball game.
What's great about Cris Carter, besides the size of his hands and his ability to catch, is he has amazing body control while he's in the air and running routes. And that is sometimes better than speed in the NFL. Yep. A lot of people think it's only speed, but the agility of these players is really important, and that gives you that special edge, that 1/10 of a second window that you need to be successful in the NFL.
You're right, in those hands, those sticky fingers. And looking for Cris Carter again, but the ball was over his head. 3rd and 12 for Diamonds. Have had their lead cut 13-6. We start the 4th quarter. Staubach. He looks and he just had to get rid of that. He felt the heat. Lionel Dalton was coming for him there, and he was coming. He was close. And they will go for the field goal. Try to inch that lead up and make it a 10-point lead. Mike Vanderjagt, a long kick. And it is good. 52 yards for Mike Vanderjagt, and we have 16-6 for the Diamonds.
A little bit of a comeback. Here.
We'll see what the Birds of Prey can do. Lots of time left, but at the same point, you are in the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
We'll see what Team Diamonds can do with that solid defense. And if John Elway can finally get things rolling for Birds of Prey. He's under center. 3 wide to the left, going to Emmitt Smith to the right, and he is blown up for a loss of 2. Rondé Barber again, like a sniper. It's 2nd and 11. Spread offense, going back to Smith again. Smith with some room up the middle. Smith And he almost had an empty field ahead of him, Dan. He was one tackle break away. He gained 11. That was close.
Yeah, just need one big play here to get back into.
Smith might get it. Gain of 8. Emmitt Smith, he is just tearing up that defense of the Diamonds. He is really finding his groove late. And Dan, isn't that what it's all about? You use the running game, you stick to it, and eventually it'll wear the opposition down.
Yeah, just got to keep softening up that defensive line, get them tired, and then when you do that, you give the offensive line a little bit of a break when they're pass blocking because the defense gets gassed, and you got a quarterback back there in John Elway that can extend a play and find some open receivers and see if we can get back into this game here.
83 rushing yards for Smith, but they go through the air this time. It is
Altoon.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
Did not even realize he was playing today. I thought he was on the DL. I hadn't heard his name at all. Was he traded? I didn't see him on the depth chart. Didn't see him much here.
No, one of those rarely used. And Altoon again. Hey. Okay, Altoon, back-to-back receptions, and we've seen in this game, Elway, if he finds something he likes, he will go right after the defense again. We saw it with Hall, we saw it with Risen, Johnson, of course. Elway again out of the shotgun. Oh, he's going deep. A good shot, touchdown! Touchdown for Andre Bad Moon Risen. Elway to Risen. And just like that, the strike. And if this extra point is good, which it is, we have a 3-point ball game here, Dan.
Now, what was more exciting? Now, let me. If I remember correctly, it was Jeff George. Jeff George was the reason Andre Rison got traded away from the Colts. But then Jeff George ended up playing for the Falcons, where Rison got traded to anyway.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah. I mean, what a bad trade. I mean, you have one head case for another. I mean, Andre Rison, just a typical receiver. But at quarterback, you really don't want to have a guy that's a head case, and that's kind of receiver you can handle it because that's sort of expected.
That's the deepness is expected. Gain of 4 by Thurman Thomas on that run. 66 yards on the ground, 33 to the air, and a touchdown. Just like you. Dan, it maps up exactly what you said, just to complete back. Thomas with the spin move to keep that drive and pick up the first down. Chains are moving for the Diamonds. Both these running backs, my God, it's going to be tough to pick for the top running backs of the week. Both of these guys probably be in an empty backfield, though, for Staubach. Staubach! He is turned inside out. It's a fumble. Kramer is able to get Lionel Dalton. Our guy, Lionel Dalton, with the sack, and he's pumping up the home crowd.
At this point in the game, as a coach, you're really getting nervous. Every play matters. Your excitement level is elevated. The anxiety is pushing through. You've got a 3-point game, 9 minutes left, and this could go either way.
It really could. And Birds of Prey waited, used that running game, and struck. And it is 3rd and very long, 3rd and 12 out of the shotgun. Thomas on the right hip of Staubach. 3 receivers on the left. Staubach in the pocket. He waits, has a man open, and he finds Jimmy Giles to get past the 50. Now they're at the 47 of Birds of Prey, trying to tack things on out of the spread. Staubach just hands to Thomas. Maybe got one. And Peter Boulware
that's one of the first times they tried that defensive line on the left side and they stopped him. So maybe Lionel is getting his team pumped up here.
That's right, Thurman Thomas with the lead ball from Leroy Kelly, and Thomas picks up 6 there. Just as you said that, he go right back to the left. 3rd and 4. Look at those stats for Thurman Thomas. What a stud. Safety drops back, and Thomas with the slithering sidestep. Ooh, that was an electric slide. Jeez.
Yeah. How many 100-yard rushers do we have so far in games this year? Do we have many?
Games.
We might get one
Fred
today.
Taylor was Fred Taylor was last week. Eric Dickerson for Elite was 1 week as well. I think there might have been one more, but not many, as the 54-yard field goal is good by Diamonds, who just are trying to get that little bit of extra room. So now, Birds of Prey with 7:06 left need a touchdown to take the lead. A field goal won't do. Here's Mike Vanderjagt. Yeah, we're seeing the running game really open up more in the AFLL, where it was really stuffed up for the first couple weeks of the season.
Yeah, it's just the defenses are so good. They're so fast. You've got the best ever. And it's hard to run against the guys that can fly around that fast.
Well, that's it. Soft coverage here by the Diamonds. Elway tries to take advantage, and he does with Todd Heap. Just a beautiful toss over the top. And an inhalation of that pass by Heap. They might be doing it again out of the pistol. Triples on the left. Going to the check down to Emmitt Smith. Emmitt Smith! He's to the 30! Emmitt Smith with a little shoulder sidestep, and he rumbles down the field.
Yeah, it looked like Gary Fenton came in from the safety position and split two receivers that tried to block him. If they could have got that block, it looks like Emmitt could have went for the touchdown.
Going to the sideline again, incomplete. Looking for Ed McCaffrey. Failed to click. Under 6 minutes to go in the fourth. Look at Elway's stat line there. Touchdown and interception. See what he can do here. Smith breaks away from coverage and over the head of McCaffrey. Everson Walls was right there, who has the interception. So he's been in ball hawk mode here, Dan.
Yeah, what I don't like what Diamonds is doing is they're going spread defense shotgun. You got a chance to blitz the quarterback to make him rush a little bit, but it seems like they're sitting back playing coverage.
And being a little cautious, it seems. And they will go for a field goal. Little Josh Brown. And that boot and ball is good from 43 yards. So we have a 3-point ball game, 19-16 for Diamonds with just 5:24 left. Setting up for a nice finish here. Diamonds trying to hold on, and Birds of Prey looking to press. Out of the end zone for a touchback. So, Dan, if you're the Diamonds, what are you looking to do? Are you trying to run down the clock? You trying to get another score? What are you trying to do?
Yeah, in my game this week, I was turning over the plays too quickly when I should have been watching the clock. And, you get so excited, you want to get the next play in, and then you don't realize you've got another 25 seconds that you could burn off and keep the ball away from the offense. So I would try to slow it down a little bit here, punt the ball away if you don't get the yards, and play defense.
Lionel Dalton with the sack, and now a tackle for loss, and he is pumped. Video game Lionel Dalton is pumped, and now they're on the I formation. Leroy Kelly, the lead blocker, gives to Thomas a little counter on that right. Big gain, but it is 4th and 5, so they gained 8 on the play, but will still be forced to punt the ball, which, if you're the Diamonds, you really want to go on a bit more of a longer offensive drive and eat up more clock here.
Yeah, you had an extra 15 seconds you could have burnt off right there, but they punted a little early.
Here's Patton to the 20. All right, Birds of Prey trailing by 3, 4:16 left. Birds of Prey looking for their first win. Empty backfield for Elway. 3 wide receivers on the right. And he goes. It's a pitch. It's a catch. Yes, Todd Heap. Gain of 9.
I mean, if there's one guy in the fourth quarter you want with the ball in the history of the NFL, it's the guy that orchestrated the drive.
Oh, don't have to tell me about that one, Dan. I know. Against my Browns. Emmitt Smith with the first down. John Elway. Not welcome in this house, I'll tell you that.
Now, was Kozar the quarterback that year?
Yeah, Bernie.
Yeah,
Bernie Kozar, toe-to-toe. Oh, boy. That brings back bad memories. 5 wide receiver set. Wide open! No, Andre Rison hauls it into his chest. And let's see what Birds of Prey can do here. 2nd and 3. Just need to get into field goal range. We could be looking at overtime. 2 wideouts to the right, or to the left, going for Emmitt Smith. Emmitt Smith seems now, Dan, that D line is just getting worn down by the Diamonds. Left side, right side, whatever edge it is, Smith is gaining ground.
Yeah, I mean, guys like L.C. Greenwood and Elvin Bethea, they aren't known for their stamina. So they played an era when you drank milk and ate steaks before the game. So they might have a full stomach here.
Todd Heap with the reception. 2-minute warning. Emmitt Smith at 91 yards, closing in on that 100-yard gain. But you wonder if that's going to be the play. It won't be on this drive, as it's an empty backfield. 3 wideouts right, 2 on the left. Elway waits. There's time, and it is incomplete. Broken up by Gary Fencing. Minute 57 to go. What a way to finish off Week 5 in the American Football Legends League. Empty backfield again. 5 receivers one more time. Elway catches Dante Hall in stride. What a beautiful over-the-shoulder reception by Hall. Pinpoint accuracy from Elway.
Yeah, he was able to break free from his defender by about a couple yards, made an easy pass for Elway, and now they're in field goal range at the very least.
Right into that window, and it is intended for Chad Johnson, goes over his hands. Minute 36 left. And now they put Emmitt Smith in the backfield beside Elway. And he'll go right over the middle, and no good. Off the fingertips, fails to click.
So what do you do here as the play-by-play guy? You want to win, or do you want to tie to go for the win later?
You know what? I'm getting hungry. I want to win. Let's get out of here. Yeah. Todd Heap. The funny thing is, Dan, as a broadcaster, no matter what the result is, you just want the game to get over with as soon as possible so you can get free food. That's the main key. Right. That's the DNA. Whatever benefits you most as a broadcaster. Dante Hall, gain of 5. Clock is running. Oh, boy. Minute 5.
We got a minute left. Here we go.
Whoa. Out of the shotgun. Smith on the left hip. Dante Hall on the right. Elway waits. He's hit. Oh, and it's over the head.
Oh, my gosh.
Hit.
Missed
hit
a
as
wide
he
open
threw.
guy.
Oh.
Yeah, that ball wobbled a little bit coming out of his hands, but the receiver was completely wide open, could have walked in for the touchdown.
3rd and goal. Elway. He waits. Pressure coming. Back in the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown to Bad Moon Rising. Again. Elway to Rising. And Birds of Prey take their first lead of the game with 48 seconds left.
I don't know what Elway was thinking, but he had a ton of faith in Rising right there, who was triple covered. But Todd Heap, I think it was Todd, was wide open for about 7 days, the left-hand side of the front end zone, but decided to go to Rising, probably to pay some bills. He needs, build that house that Lisa Left Eye Lopez burnt down a few 20 years ago.
Well, hey, you know what, Dan? You said it. There's few better at fourth quarter drives than John Elway, so he saw what he liked, and he went for it. And now the Diamonds with 48 seconds
for
left.
the Diamonds to come back.
Out of the pistol.
You've got Captain Comeback, right? I mean, you've got Captain Comeback here on the – Oh,
and it's a fumble, and it's recovered by Julius Peppers. Staubach, Captain Comeback, gets shot down. Peppers with the sack, with the fumble, with the recovery, and Birds of Prey can put a bow on this. 45 seconds left, and they're running the ball. Emmitt Smith trying to get into that 100. Maybe Gilden with the tackle for loss will push him back. Timeout from the Diamonds. Wow. Diamonds with 2 timeouts left.
I'd kick a field goal here. I mean, you put yourself up by a touchdown with the field goal, and you've got almost no time left for the Diamonds to come back. I'm not sure if I'd run the ball here anymore in case you could have a fumble and a return, and that would ruin Birds of Prey's amazing comeback.
91 yards for Emmitt Smith. Maybe they're just trying to get Emmitt the 100. They won't get any. Grabs 2 as the final timeout for Diamonds will force Birds of Prey to go for the field goal.
There we go.
And you're right, Dan. Hey, you still got, after this kick is up and good from 33 yards, you still have 33 seconds left. That's one big pass away, and you're all tied up.
If you're lucky, you can get 2 plays in here, but you're going to really, I don't know if they have any timeouts left. They might have burned them all in that defensive series, but if they don't get out of bounds on that first play, it's going to be really difficult to get to the ball, run, and get that second play in under the regulation.
Yeah, Diamonds used up all their timeouts, and they're going in the pistol. Thurman Thomas is the running back. 3 wideouts to the left. Looking, wait, short, check down to Giles. Gets out of bounds, 9-yard gain.
Yeah.
8-yard gain, essentially. 2nd and 2 at their own 33.
Well, if you do that 8 yards, you got enough time. 8 times 6, I think, well, you might run out of time if you do that.
There's Staubach again. And Staubach was hit, and Cris Carter got it. Cris Carter one-handed that and snares the ball out of the air.
Maybe 1 more play, 2 more plays if they're lucky.
Couldn't get out of bounds, though, and spiking the ball.
There we go. Good clock control there.
So Cris Carter made that catch. We'll see if you can go back to the Hall of Famer. You go to maybe Maynard, somewhere else. Jimmy Giles has been good. Staubach hit, and that was nearly intercepted by Sam Madison. Staubach was hit again. Pressure coming big time from that front 3 of Birds of Prey, led by Lionel Dalton. Is that another great game?
10 seconds.
10 seconds. It's a spread. Staubach going sideline and incomplete. 7 seconds left, 4th and 10. They're obviously going to go for it. I guess you just heave it on up here. No, they're not going for a Hail Mary play with the 2 running backs. With 5 seconds into double coverage, and that will do it. 3 seconds left, turnover on downs, and what a comeback. Dan, as we saw the Birds of Prey trailing all game and took the lead really just when it mattered. John Elway takes the knee, and it is over as the Birds of Prey collect their first win of the season and are 26-19 winners over the Diamonds. That was one of the more interesting games that we've called, Dan, because it wasn't super high scoring. We saw the lead change only at the end and a lot on the running backs, which was nice.
Yeah, that was great to watch the running backs get some yards there. But it's also great to watch a guy like Don Maynard, who I've never been able to watch play a football game, and I don't really even know much about Don Maynard. I'm not sure if he played in an era where they televised football games, but he was the first Titan/Jet ever signed, so I'm assuming TV contracts weren't around back then. But it's really fun to learn about a guy and watch a guy like that have such a good game, and then realize that he left the league as the all-time leading receiver. I think yards and touchdowns, all-time receptions and yards leader, and is now currently the 6th all-time in touchdowns. So really, it's great to be able to get that connection with the past in football, especially for a guy who, really only started watching football when he went to college. So there's a lot of players from eras before that I wasn't aware of, and Don Maynard's one of those guys.
Well, and in the American Football Legends League, it's any player from 1950 up till now if you're retired. So that you're right, Dan. That's one of the cool stories that we're able to look at with these combinations. How do they interact with each other from these different eras with all those adjustments and coding and algorithms? A fascinating situation for the whole year and for this game. And you mentioned it, ball control in your expose. And in the end, Dan, that one mistake, that fumble from Roger Staubach was the difference.
Right. And but you also, I'd like to see the stats, but I believe Emmitt Smith may have outgained Thurman Thomas in rushing yards, but I'm not sure about receiving yards, right? So it might have been just that ball control on the ground. Say again?
Yeah, Thomas got more receiving yards, but Emmitt Smith was, I think he finished 91, 92 yards on the ground. Listen, the running game was exceptional tonight. You love to see that change and the left and right side. So I wonder how we see these two teams from a defensive side try to protect that because everybody scouts in this league. And then from the offensive side, really try to continue to exploit that with that really great blocking on the left side for both teams.
Right. So, it's you're taking mental notes, obviously I'm a coach and an owner as well. So, these are some teams that are desperate for wins, just like our squad is. So, to scout these guys out and kind of watch where they've been successful and see which receivers they've been leaning on. Now that I know that Don Maynard is such a good receiver, I'm going to have to rethink my strategy going against him when we end up playing their team.
A great game, fantastic finish. Birds of Prey get their first win of the season. Diamonds a heartbreaker as it gets away.
Yeah, I want to say one more thing. It's great, with this league and this type of a platform with the Legends League, we've got 16 teams here now. We're going to expand to another 16. So the fans here watching this, and they may want to be part of this excitement going forward, should really follow along and see if they might want to come on and be a franchise owner in season 2.
Well, great point. You can be a part of an ownership group, be a coach, be involved, and how you follow along. Well, from the channel you're watching right now, AFLL.live, click subscribe, notifications on Twitter at the AFLL, Instagram at the UFAFL, UFFsports.com/what is that?
Well, we're going to the moon, so I'm going to put my moon hat on. Or should I wait? I think maybe I'll wait until the rocket gets – okay, I'll wait a minute.
We need to load the rocket. The rocket needs a bit more fuel, yeah. Well, I want next week's show you to start with that.
Perfect.
All
right, let's go with the score token, baby.
Let's go score. SEO, let's go. In the meantime, UFFsports.com/AFLL for your standings, your schedule, your stats, all of that great stuff, your weekly reviews from Jamie Thomas. That'll do it, folks. For the IKS crew, for Dan Esposito, I'm Andy McNamara. Birds of Prey defeat the Diamonds. You've been watching the AFLL Game of the Week.